Every time a Splatfest comes around, a discourse blooms from each side. Players are always passionate, and as we know from Splatoon lore, whichever option wins becomes legally and morally correct in the Splatoon world. The first Splatfest after the invasion of the Salmonoids is... What's your favorite taste sensation? Spicy, sweet, or sour?
But before we begin analyzing this, we do have one other issue to resolve before we'll be able to tackle this hypothesis. On behalf of the OCS lab, I would like to formally apologize for the abrupt firing of Tyler, despite numerous violations of our policies, including subjectively tampering with research results, subjectively ruining our video, and subjectively going into subjective denial. I really hate to say this, but, welcome back, Tyler!
Yeah! Woo! In other news, this video is sponsored by Grizzco. We received large sums of money from rescuing Wahoo World from the clutches of the Salmonoids. Well, technically I did all the work, but anyway, to take advantage of this, we decided to use the money to work on the most elusive, never-before-seen invention that will blow your minds. A time machine.
We travel back in time to the very first Splatfest to locate the origins of these taste sensations, and these were our findings.
First, how do these flavors work? Spicy works when the body senses capsaicin, the major active compound in spicy food, and immediately responds to it. The capsaicin is tricking the body into thinking it's experiencing a real burn. It's a natural defense mechanism for naturally spicy foods, which is why pepper seeds are spicy and not the flesh of the pepper. This burning sensation we feel is felt by mammals, but not birds. Therefore, the common theory is that capsaicin response was developed by plants to deter mammals from feeding, while still encouraging birds to eat the fruits and carry the seeds far and wide.
On the other side of the spectrum, we have sweet, which is mainly caused by the presence of sugar or other natural sweeteners, which releases dopamine and reduces stress levels. The newly named Ungalings and Bungalings evolved to notify the body that the food they were eating is good and that we should eat it more often. This emotional response has been hijacked by our modern scientists, but we'll get to that later. It also tends to play a role in nectar, as pollinators would spread the pollen across to other plants, commonly fruits, to fertilize them and benefit the ecosystem.
Then bro, we gotta talk about this sour stuff. It's been around for like... ever. It's always resulted in some wacky hijinks. I don't know, but I think sour is like a reaction in our mouths when we taste acid, right? The hydrogen mixes with something else. I don't know, and then sour. Boom. You know? Back in the day, the Younglings and Buglings had sour as a warning. A warning that they would get totally drunk or dead if they eat it. But get this. They ate it anyway. Lamau. It's kind of good for you too, though. Heard of serotonin? Yeah, sour releases a lot of that.
Okay. Moving on. Let's explain our scientific taste test. Being an expert squid scientist that went to Squid Harvard, I knew that prehistoric spicy food could be too much for my body. So I used the Ungalings as my test subjects. And well, all I can say is that it was pretty spicy.
During my tests on the Bungalings, I realized that this sugar rush that would occur with as small as one prehistoric fruit could result in a side effect akin to the speed of one blue hedgehog. The sugar crash afterwards, however, had a tragic fatality rate.
Wait, you guys had test subjects?
Yeah, why?
Oh, no reason.
In our modern day, these palettes are used quite differently. Spicy food is typically used as additional flavor to add a kick to otherwise basic cuisines. It is occasionally used as a rite of passage or a challenge when a food is too spicy to eat recreationally. Overall, spiciness has a very nice and solid place in the modern day and has become an icon of many cultures.
Sweet, on the other hand, has a chokehold on our taste buds. Sweet is basically everywhere to the point where it's almost infuriating. Artificial flavors, high fructose corn syrup, aspartame and or sugar are found in nearly every processed food on the planet. On top of that, sweet is also most commonly known as a flavor that goes hand in hand with fat, so much stigma has built around it. The overall overuse of sweets has demonized the flavor initially intended as safe for consumption. It does taste really good though.
Sour is very weird, dude. It's like a gimmick flavor that isn't really used anywhere else. You feel me? It's mostly citrus, which has its own brand of foods. But outside of that, nada. Some people have the occasional lemon, or on a salad, or like put it in an air freshener. But if you want sour, eat a warhead. Kinda sad, honestly.
After mulling over our evidence, it becomes clear that there is only one victor, and it's too hot to handle.
Our objectively correct answer is
Sour.
no, it's spicy.
What? You mean I ate all these fermented unga berries for nothing?
Yeah, anyway, spicy came out on top with a pretty good showing in most categories. Sweet was close, but the overuse of it nowadays is its downfall. For those of you that are still fans of salt, there's enough of that after the end of the Splatfest.
Click here for our analyses of the previous Splatfest names, and tell us in the comments if you agree with the points provided. And with that, see you in a couple months.